Hello friends, welcome all of you. In previous video, we discussed some points, that is intermolecular forces, some basic definitions, range of molecular forces, sphere of influence, and also we discussed surface tension on the basis of molecular theory. So today we discuss some new points of this topic. So let's start. First we see today's discussion points. Today's first point of discussion, it is the surface energy. Second point today we discuss here, it is the relation between surface energy and surface tension. And third today's discussion point, it is angle of contact. So today we discuss the 3 points: surface energy, relationship between surface energy and surface tension, and angle of contact. So let's start with the first point. First point is the surface energy. As we saw in the last previous video, molecule inside the volume of a liquid experiences more cohesive force than a molecule in the surface film of the liquid. So work has to be done to bring any molecule from inside the liquid into the surface film. So surface molecule possess extra potential energy as compared to the molecules inside the liquid. So this extra energy of the molecules in the surface layer, it is called as the surface energy of the liquid. Remember, extra energy of the molecules in the surface layer, it is called as the surface energy of the liquid. So let's see the next point. Next point, it is the relationship between surface energy and surface tension. Let's see image first. In this image, a bath or a container containing the soap solution, and here a rectangular frame having the movable arm. Rectangular frame of the wire consists of movable arm. This frame is dipped in a soap solution and then taken out. So a film of soap solution will be formed. So this looks like in this way. Here rectangular frame, see P, P dash, S, S dash, and QR, it is the movable arm. So rectangular frame of wire P, P dash, S, S dash with movable arm QR. Each arm of the frame experiences an inward force due to this film. So movable arm, see in the figure, movable arm QR moves toward the side PS so as to decrease the area of the film. So here length of QR, see in the figure, length of QR, it is the capital L. Then inward force acting on it is given by, as we know that surface tension having the formula T is equals to F divided by the capital L, that means force per unit length. So taking the outside term force, we have to get T into the capital L. So here F is equals to T times twice L. Here twice L because surface film has the two surfaces, that means upper and the lower surfaces. So here formula it becomes F is equals to T times 2 into the capital L. Here again imagine external force, see in the figure, external force F dash is applied isothermally to the arm QR. So arm QR moves to Q dash R dash through a distance, that means the dx. So F and F dash, these are equal and the opposite forces. So we have to derive some formula. So work done against the force F, the force due to surface tension is given by, as we know that work done having the formula, it is the force into the displacement. That means here we have to write dW is equals to F dash into the dx. So putting the values of the F in this equation, we have to get dW is equals to T times twice L into the dx. But twice L dx is equals to D into the capital A, which is the increase in the area of the two surfaces of the film. So here we have to get this putting the value this in the equation, we have to get dW is equals to T times D into the capital A. So this work done in stretching the film is stored in the form of the potential energy. This is nothing but the surface energy. So we have to get the new formula. Surface energy is equals to T times D into the capital A. So taking outside the term surface tension, we have to get surface tension is equal to surface energy per unit area. So this one is the very important relation in between surface tension and surface energy. That means surface tension is equals to surface energy per unit area. In board exam, there will be 2 marks question of this article. Let's see the new point. New point, it is a very interesting point. It is the meniscus. Let's see what is meant by meniscus. When a liquid surface comes in contact with a solid surface, it forms a meniscus. Let's see this figure. This is the solid surface. That means it is container glass and consists of some liquid, that means the water. So liquid surface in contact with the solid surface, it is called as a meniscus. So meniscus looks like in this way. This one is the meniscus. Let's see the new point. New point is the angle of contact, which is very important point. Let's see the definition first. Angle between tangents drawn to the free surface of the liquid and surface of the solid at the point of contact measured within, that means measured inside the liquid, it is called as the angle of contact. We recall definition once again. Angle between tangents drawn to the free surface of the liquid and surface of the solid at the point of the contact measured within the liquid, it is called as the angle of contact. So depending on angle of contact, liquid can be categorized into the 3 types. Let's see one by one. First, here the pure water. As ideal concept, in the pure water, angle of contact is equals to 0. So liquid completely wets the solid. When the angle of contact it is the 0, liquid completely wets the solid. Example, it is the pure water. This one is the first type. Let's see the next type. This one is the kerosene. So as the angle of contact lies between theta and 90 degree, the liquid type it is the partially wets the solid. When angle of theta, remember once again, when angle of theta lies between 0 degree and 90 degree, that means acute angle, the liquid it is partially wets the solid. Example, it is the kerosene. This one is the second type. Let's see the third type. See in the image, this one is the mercury filled in a glass tube. When theta is greater than the 90 degree, that means angle of contact is greater than the 90 degree, liquid does not wet the solid. Example, it is the mercury. Remember, theta is greater than the 90 degree, liquid does not wet the solid. That means angle of contact is obtuse. The example, it is the mercury. So there are 3 types: completely wets the solid, partially wets the solid, and liquid does not wets the solid depending on the angle of contact. So let's see the next point. So depending on the angle of contact, when the angle of contact is acute, the liquid forms a concave meniscus at the point of the contact. Example, it is the pure water. Remember, when the angle of contact is acute, the liquid forms a concave meniscus at the point of the contact. Example, it is the pure water. Similarly, let's see the next. When the angle of contact is obtuse, that means greater than the 90 degree, the liquid forms a convex meniscus at the point of contact. Example, it is the mercury. Angle of contact is obtuse, liquid forms a convex shape. Let's see once again concave meniscus and the convex meniscus. This one is the concave meniscus, angle of contact is acute. Example, it is the pure water. This one is the convex meniscus, angle of contact is obtuse. Example, it is the mercury. Let's see, the next point is a very important point. It is the forces acting on the molecule. Let's see the first image. Here a solid material, that means a glass containing a pure water. The forces acting on the molecule, this one is the solid part, this one is the liquid part, and this one is the air part. So this looks like in this image. See, this one is the glass part, liquid part, and the air part. So liquid molecule A is situated in the liquid surface in contact with the solid. The sphere of influence, as we have seen in the previous lecture, sphere of influence is drawn, which shows sphere of influence, it is partly in solid, partly in liquid, and partly in the air. So forces acting on the molecule, this is very important point. Forces acting on the molecule, the first we see it is the adhesive force. See in the figure, adhesive force by the molecule of the solid, that is represented by, it is the AP vector. This one is the adhesive force. Second part is the cohesive force. See in the figure, cohesive force exerted by the molecule of the liquid, it is the AC vector. AP vector, adhesive force. AC vector, this one is the cohesive force. First force, second force. Next see the third force, net adhesive force exerted by the molecules of the air, as the number of molecules in the sphere of influence of the molecule A, it is very small. The resultant adhesive force between air and the liquid, it can be neglected. This one is the third part. So let's see the fourth, it is the gravitational force. See in the figure, gravitational force is equals to weight of the molecule, so it is also very small, so this one can be neglected. So this one is the very important point, forces acting on the molecule. AP vector, it is the adhesive force, this one is the cohesive force. This part, as the air of molecules are neglected, and this one is the gravitational force is very small, it also can be neglected. So behavior of the molecule depends on the two forces simply, AP vector adhesive force and AC vector, this one is the cohesive force. Remember, this point is very important. Let's see one example of this. How much work is required to form a bubble of 2 cm radius from the soap solution having the surface tension, it is 0.07 Newton per meter. So this one is the example of the 2 marks. Let's see the given data first. Given it is the radius is equals to 2 cm converted into the SI unit, that means 2 into 10 raised to minus 2 meter. Surface tension given it is the 0.07 Newton per meter. So here we have to find out the work done. We know that the formula for the work done, dW is equals to T times dA. So here the initial first we have to calculate the dA, that means increase in the area. So here initial surface area of the soap bubble, it is equals to 0, and we know that final surface area of the soap bubble having the formula 2 into the 4 pi r square. So increase in the surface area becomes 2 into the 4 pi r square. This one is the value of the dA. Let's see the solution of this. This one is the given data. As we know that work done having the formula surface tension is equals to increase in the surface area. Formula is the dW is equals to T times D into the capital A. So putting the values of the term dA in this equation, we have to get dW is equals to T into the 2 into the 4 pi r square. So putting these values in this equation and calculating, we have to get dW is equals to surface tension having the value 0.07 into 2 as it is into the 4 into the pi value 3.14 into the r, that means in terms of the SI form 2 into 10 raised to minus 2 r square, that means the bracket square. So here simple multiplication, we have to get the final answer, it is dW is equals to 7.038 into 10 raised to minus 4 joule. This one is the 2 marks example. Let's see the next example. A soap film is formed when a rectangular wire of frame of area 2 cm by 2 cm is dipped in a soap solution and taken out. If the area of the film is increased to 3 cm into 3 cm, calculate the work done in this process. Surface tension of the film, soap film, given it is the 3 into 10 raised to minus 2 Newton per meter. This one is the 2 marks question again. So let's see the solution of this. Given data, it is the area, that means A1 is equals to 2 cm by 2 cm in terms of the SI form, that means 4 into 10 raised to minus 4 meter square. Second, it is the A2 is equals to 3 cm by 3 cm, that means simply 9 into 10 raised to minus 4 meter square. And surface tension of the soap solution given in the problem, it is the 3 into 10 raised to minus 2 Newton per meter. So here we have to find out the work done. As we know that the formula for the work done, it is the dW is equals to T times dA. So let's solve this problem. This is the given data. Let's see, as we know that the film has the two surfaces. We have seen in the earlier slide. The work done is given, it is the dW is equals to 2 times T into the dA. So here 2 area it is a given, that means W is equals to twice T into the bracket A2 minus A1. So putting these values in the equation, we have to get W is equals to 2 as it is into the T, that means 3 into 10 raised to minus 2, it is the surface tension, into the bracket A2, that means 9 into 10 raised to minus 4, minus A1 having the values 4 into 10 raised to minus 4. So first we have to solve bracket, then multiplication done. So we have to get the final answer. It is the W is equals to 3 into 10 raised to minus 5 joule. This one is again the 2 marks example. So let's see the today's highlights points of the lecture. When a number of droplets coalesce and form a single drop, there is reduction in the total surface area. Remember, when a number of droplets coalesce and form a single drop, there should be reduction in the total surface area. And next highlight points of the today's lecture, it is the angle of contact is independent of the angle of inclination of the walls. Angle of contact is independent of the angle of inclination of the wall. So these are the two highlight points of the today's lecture. So friends, today we discussed some interesting points. So today we will stop here. In the next video we see some other new interesting points of this topic.